Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speletons. I'm Zinker. He's Derek. I'm gonna try and let Derek do a little more talking so I can figure out what the hell we're supposed to do. Derek disconnected. The lag wasn't happy with her argument, and this is the biggest bowl of oatmeal I've ever seen. Somebody out here sure loves their breakfast. Oh wait, this is sand. You know what? I was about to make a joke. Olivia is about to say this is a sandwich, and it was almost there.
So
I guess we're continuing the sandwich debate from the last episode. So go watch like all our sandwich debates ever. Great. Let's put a royalty pass in there.
now Merriam-Webster isn't loading properly for me for specifically for the word pasta for some reason.
I got you, fam. I looked it up right before I closed out of Google Chrome to make this run faster. It is probably the one you're looking for. There's a second one, but it's a processed form of paste, either in macaroni form or in the form of fresh dough, in parentheses, such as ravioli. Just about. That's what the definition is.
The second definition for me is a dish of cooked pasta.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. It's like Merriam-Webster makes a second definition just for the fucking memes.
Yes. Now, so Zinker, a paste in the processed form, or in the form of fresh dough, such as ravioli. So now we're calling ravioli a pasta, correct?
Ravioli, give me the formuloli. Ravioli is a pasta, but it's also dough.
Okay.
Which would imply that it's bread.
So it's dough.
Oh shit! We need the definition of bread again. We looked this up before. I think we're treading over the old ground.
Usually baked or leavened food made of a mixture whose basic constituent is flour or meal.
Wait.
Now it says usually baked, which doesn't mean it has to be baked.
Doesn't have to be baked. That's correct. Usually baked. So that part is
Whose basic constituent is flour or meal, which is what ravioli would fall under.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So ravioli is fresh dough, and thereby oh well. You had me until you said I think.
I believe dough consists of flour.
Yeah, it should.
I will look up dough.
That sounds about right.
A mixture that consists of essentially of flour or meal. So yes, it is. Yeah. So roughly, dough is a bread. So then, now by this logic, ravioli, in itself is a bread, correct?
Yep. According, it's a form of dough, which is a form of bread, based on both definitions. Yes.
Now, if you follow ravioli further, you have pasta in the form of little cases of dough containing savory filling, as of meat or cheese. As of meat or cheese in parentheses. Yes. So by all these definitions, Pop-Tart falls into the definition of ravioli.
Wait. Hold on a second, buddy. Wait, hold on. No. I don't know if that's actually true, though. But a Pop-Tart is a sandwich. A tart is a sandwich. Because Pop-Tart's made of bread, right? Yeah, it's dough. So Pop-Tart would be a sandwich.
Bread. Yeah, it's...
By definition of sandwich.
But it's also ravioli.
Is it?
It's
ravioli, give me the formula. It's a paste.
Because if you look at pasta, it's containing a savory filling. If you follow pasta back, you get that pasta is essentially a bread.
No, you don't get that pasta is essentially a bread. You get one form of pasta, ravioli. It's made of fresh dough and is essentially bread. Thereby, anything inside a ravioli is considered a sandwich, which that's fair. However, I don't think your connection to Pop-Tart
would be.
I don't think your connection to Pop-Tart
I'm
does
following
follow
a chain of definitions.
No, you're following a chain of definitions, but I don't think you link the ravioli, the pot. I don't think you found the connection. Just like in evolution, how we haven't found that connection between humanotus and humanitis or what the fuck ever. You haven't found the connection between Pop-Tartitis and ravioli-itis. So a ravioli.
We determined pasta is bread.
Pasta isn't bread. That's not true. Ravioli is bread. And ravioli is pasta. That does not mean all pasta is bread. That's not how that works. Ravioli is a form of pasta. In the shape of, specifically based on what this definition is suggesting to us. There might be a definition of ravioli we can look at too. If you can look it up, that'd be neat. But it's suggesting that ravioli. Hold on. Let me speak. Let me speak my truth. We're determining that a paste made in the form of fresh dough is ravioli. And then a ravioli. Well, did you give the definition of ravioli?
Pasta in the form of little cases of dough containing a savory filling.
Oh, but it specifies that it's pasta in the definition.
But we determined that pasta can be bread.
Right. We determined that pasta can be bread, but it has to be paste that is in the form of concentrated dough. So it has to begin as paste and become fresh dough to make that ravioli shape. Ravioli is a pasta. And so in order for a Pop-Tart to be considered a ravioli, it would need to have begun as paste. Does Pop-Tart begin as paste?
That's what dough starts as.
Is all dough paste? What's paste?
Dough is
it's a pastry. Okay,
dough that contains a considerable proportion of fat and is used for pastry, crust, or fancy rolls. It's honestly, Pop-Tart is more pasta than ravioli, by that definition.
Wait. I don't. But there's more than just that, though. Okay, so we have that dough one, which would a confection made by evaporating fruit with sugar or by flattening or flavoring a gelatin starch or gum Arabic preparation. A smooth food product made by evaporation or grinding. A shaped dough, such as spaghetti ravioli, prepared from semolina, farina, wheat flour. Okay. So it's D. D is the one that we need. Is a Pop-Tart a shaped dough? Well, Pop-Tart.
Yes, they shape it into the. They shape it, and fill it with a savory filling.
Well, it's got to be prepared from semolina, farina, or wheat flour, though, in order to be a paste.
I believe it's probably I assume it's likely prepared from wheat.
Shaped dough, but it has to be a
shaped dough. As most doughs are.
But what does it mean by shaped dough? Now that's a question, because a shape in the basic form. Like everything.
Shaping it. Well, shaping it is Zinker by shaping it. Or the original shape of a dough is a blob, more or less.
Right. Well, I Jesus, this one. Now I'm actually like curious of this, like, because you might be right. The Pop-Tart might be a ravioli, but I'm trying to figure out if we can reasonably come to that conclusion or not, or if it's actually excluded by the definition provided here.
It does have wheat flour in it, a Pop-Tart.
Yeah, so it hits that. But is it a shaped dough? What does it mean by shaped? Now we need the definition of shaped here. Because, like, obviously everything.
How is it not? How could it not be a shaped dough?
That's what I'm saying. Because it depends what definition of shape they're looking at in this definition here.
Yes, but Zinker, you don't mix the dough for a Pop-Tart but as soon as you stop mixing, it's in the shape of Pop-Tart.
Right, but
you make the dough and then you shape it into the form you need.
Well, the other one is like looking at the other dough definitions, they're not specifying that it's a shaped dough, though. That's what I'm saying. What do they mean by shaped? Because shaped, obviously everything's a shape. Even if you just, like, if you flatten out a pizza, that's a shaped dough. But is that the shaped dough definition they're looking for here? And that's what I'm looking...
It's a shaped dough. That's what you need. That's all. Why do you need any more than that?
There's multiple definitions of the word shaped, though, Derek. That comes into a problem with, that not every word... That words have multiple meanings. Like, for example, let's just say to be a ravioli, you had to be a cheese-covered bat. It's not that a vampire bat covered in cheese is a ravioli, or that a baseball bat covered in cheese is a ravioli. One of those two things is a ravioli, and it matters which word of bat they're going for there. In this situation. I didn't... Oh, okay, we want to go this way.
But see, it feels to me like the more you head in that direction, the further you get away from defining a sandwich the way, or simply by the term, or by the basic definition Merriam-Webster is giving you.
The definition Merriam-Webster gives you is enough just for sandwich on its own to figure out whether a hot dog is a sandwich. Now we have to answer the all-time new debate. Is a ravioli a Pop-Tart? Is a Pop-Tart a ravioli? It stands to reason it might be. I think you might be onto something, Derek. I think you might be able to reasonably say a Pop-Tart is a ravioli. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to do that. To adapt. Let me see. Let me look at these definitions. So we got shaped. It's to form or create, which would counter all dough. This obsolete one is the ordain or decree. That's not important. 3 is to adapt in shape so as to fit neatly and closely. That might be what they mean for spaghetti and ravioli. The other one's devise, plan. That's not going to help. That one doesn't help. To make fit for a particular use, purpose, etc. Adapt. Shape the questions to fit the answers. Maybe that's the one they're going for. To determine or direct the course or character. That one wouldn't be I don't think.
I want to point out, if you look up the definition of filling, you get an act or instance of filling. As the first definition. And the second one, you get something used to fill a cavity, container, or depression.
Yeah. That would actually I think that one encompasses hot dog actually. Let me see.
No, because you get a sub definition of something that completes, such as the yarn interlacing the warp in a fabric, or a food mixture used to fill a pastry or sandwiches.
Oh.
You get that in filling.
I think you could get that from the second one though, because the cavity isn't just like a tooth cavity; it's just like a empty space.
Okay.
But yeah.
So let me put it.
But you're right.
Let me give you this then. If you can get that from shape, or if you can get two different definitions from filling, then why shouldn't one of the definitions for shaped count? If you've already met that qualification.
No, we've
already found one that.
So what you were saying
of what shaped is in
3B is what the definition of filling is being used for in the one you provide, which is the food one. You might be able to like reasonably say the second one applies too, but there's one that more correctly fits, and the one they were using is obviously 3B. Just technically, like a cavity is like a hole, I think. So if you had like a bread with a hole in it and you put something in it, that's a filling. But the one that they're clearly using, which is something that completes, such as a food mixture used to fill pastry or sandwiches. That's the definition of filling they're using for their definition of sandwich.
I also want to give you the word roll has one of the definitions is something that is rolled up into a cylinder or ball or rounded as if rolled, such as a quantity as of fabric or paper rolled up to form a single package, a hairdo in which some or all of the hair is rolled or curled up or under, any of various food preparations rolled up for cooking or serving, such as cabbage rolls or sushi roll, especially a small baked yeast dough.
Okay.
My point being that there are several other things that fall. There are several other things, or while a roll, the stereotypical roll is one thing that falls into this definition. By the definition of, or if you follow just the definition of roll, and then a cylindrical twist of tobacco could also be used as considered as a bun on a sandwich.
It can't. What the fuck are you talking about?
Why not? It falls under the same. It falls into under. It's a sub definition. Or it's an example that is being given under the same definition that your definition of roll falls under. Therefore, it's comparable to the roll you said. If you go strictly by dictionary definition.
So to argue with your thing, it's this. I'm gonna use the bat example again. I stepped up to home plate and ready my bat to hit the baseball. I am not holding a vampire bat. I am holding a baseball bat. That's the that's what it is. They have fitting. Rolled has multiple definitions, but it doesn't encompass every single. Like when you use the word roll, it doesn't mean you're hitting every single one of those definitions. You are hitting a specific one.
And if you use the word sandwich, Zinker, you're not hitting every single definition. It follows that same line of thought. Then.
What are you talking about?
If you're saying that if you're saying that baseball bat does not follow every definition of bat, you are correct. Just as sandwich does not follow every definition that falls under sandwich.
Correct. There's two different types of sandwiches, which is why you can have a TV remote sandwich, which is just two TV remotes encompassing another remote. But that's not a sandwich in the definition we're talking about.
All of those things I listed before for the definition of roll, those are under a single definition of roll. Those are just they were just examples that it's giving as things that all count as roll. They're not. No, a roll itself is just a roll itself is something that is rolled up into a cylinder or ball or rounded as if rolled.
Right. Such as, and then it has multiple other definitions, and those aren't all other definitions.
Those aren't other definitions. Those are just examples. Those are examples of things that constitute being a roll.
Mm-hmm.
One of them being specifically a rolled dough or bread, basically, which is the one that you conventionally think of for a sandwich. But it itself falls in the same definition of all of these other rolls. They are all rolls.
Yes, they are all rolls, but it's the baseball bat thing. They're different.
I don't
rolls.
think your baseball bat thing is the exact same thing.
It is. It's not a debate. It is. No, it's not a cylindrical twist of tobacco. Well, tobacco. Yeah, a twist of tobacco is a roll. It is not a roll of. That's not how definitions work. Yes, you can say the word roll and refer to that, but that doesn't mean when you say the word roll, you were referring to that.
Yes, but your definition of sandwich says 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
The roll it's referring
it does not specify
Derek.
that the split roll has to be. It does not specify that the split roll has to be bread.
No, that's how the English language works, though. It said the roll is
2 more slices
the roll
of bread
it's referring to in the definition of sandwich is a bread roll, Derek. It's not. It doesn't need to specify.
But it doesn't specify that it's a bread roll.
It does. It's specified in the definition of rolled. It's specified right here. 2C. It's right there. What you could make an argument, if you want to help your case more, is that it says any of the various food preparations rolled up for cooking or serving, which includes cabbage rolls or sushi rolls, which would stand to reason that anything encompassing in that is now a sandwich. And that works. And is kind of fair, but the roll it's referring to you could fall on context clues, is a bread roll. And you don't even need the definition from Merriam-Webster to look at it. You have the context clues from the earlier statement of there being bread, implying that the role and situation. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt. The role in question is a bread dough roll. You have that. You have that context clue in the definition in itself.
If you're gonna start arguing that there's context clues, then you cannot just say that specifically for a sandwich, for the purpose of your argument, that you can just ignore context whole or whatsoever and categorize everything into a sandwich. The point of the word sandwich, or like, you can't just say you're ignoring the context of what is of the reason for the being a word for the sandwich in the first place, which is for language to convey an idea of what you're talking about. If you're ignoring the context and just saying everything's a fucking sandwich, then what's the point of even having the word sandwich?
To define what a sandwich is. What's the point of having the word thing?
Yes, but if you're defining everything as a sandwich, then nothing.
Literally
when everything's a sandwich, nothing's a sandwich.
But everything's a thing,
and I can
so
point at
nothing's
literally
a thing?
any.
That's not how that works.
Zinker, if I tell you I want a thing, then I have not given you. I have told. Then that could be literally anything.
Okay.
That I desire. If I tell you I want a sandwich, that does not mean I want a roller coaster.
Right, but well, it could be depending on what term of sandwich you're going for. If you're going for the second one there, and you want you want a roller coaster sandwich, which is 3 roller coasters, and you're riding in the middle one, I guess. Of these other 2, that seems kind of dangerous now that I think about it. You probably shouldn't do that. It's unsafe for you to want that sandwich. But
the point is the point of having a word like this is to narrow down what you're talking about.
Right.
Say into a category.
All right. So the thing with I argue with context clues though is I said that was in the definition of sandwich already, which is I haven't done anything in the city. What am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. We're going into that big boy building up there. I'm so sorry. This is the worst game to choose to argue about this. I still want to revisit. What?
I looked up hot dog. Just to see what comes up. I got to perform in a conspicuous or often ostentatious manner. Which I guess would be the verb for hot dog. I don't know why that comes up first.
It's the intransitive verb, which I don't know what intransitive means, honestly, but that's funny.
Then for the second definition for noun, you get especially a frankfurter with a typically mild flavor that is heated and often served in a long split roll. And then
all right, so Derek,
2,
question. All right, I'm very curious. Usually served in a long split roll. Do you think that usually long split roll is a roll of tobacco? Or what is it?
It could be by definition of roll.
It's
not specifying bread.
It's
not specifying bread anywhere.
That's why
it's just saying it's served in a long split roll.
There's a 2C definition.
What kind of roll?
That's why there's a 2C definition for roll. That's why they have multiple different definitions in that big definition of roll. That's what it's for, Derek. I don't know how to. You need English class,
but bread
buddy.
Isn't calling for any specific. Those are examples of a roll. Those aren't definitions of a roll.
They are example definitions of a roll, Derek.
They are examples of things that fall under the definition of a
roll.
No,
Derek, they are each their own definition. That is how every other definition in the dictionary works. That one's not special. All right, let's go back to. Hold on. What was the other one I was talking about? Well, literally, hold on.
It says which indicates including but not limited to.
Yes, Derek. But all right, so you need to understand what the 1 means or the 2 means. All right, so one. Let's look at 1 of roll. A written document that may be rolled up. A scroll. A list of names or related items. Catalog. An official list. That's C. These are all similar things, but they are slightly different definitions. They all encompass this one bigger definition, sorta, but they're all slightly different things, which is what the such as in the 2 is for. This is how you read a dictionary. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to explain that to you.
It's getting heated in here.
Because like Derek, this one just kind of concerns me because that's just how you read a dictionary. Like 2A, 2B, 2C, they're all different definitions of roll. They all fit under 2, which is basically something that is rolled up into a cylinder or ball. But then the A, B, C, D, E, F, or G are specific things. You need to check just like I don't know how to explain that to you.
But yes, but it's because
I don't know how to explain to you how to read a dictionary.
It says such as in a or implying that they are examples, not just specific
They are
things.
examples, but they're also specific definitions, Derek. If anything, I would say that such as exists just to suggest that those 7 that they provide in the dictionary aren't the only definitions of 2. Anything that is something that is rolled up into a cylinder or ball is arguably a roll. The such as are more specific definitions of it, and that is what is being used.
But regardless,
they're not using. It's not like sandwich. Sandwich does not have that such as or those multiple different definitions. It has, well, I think it has multiple definitions. Hold on, I can't remember. Let me pick that up before I say something wrong. It does have multiple definitions. It has the 1A and 1B, which is of a certain type of sandwich, which is the food sandwich, which is 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between. That's 1A, or 1B, which is 1 slice of bread covered with food. It doesn't leave any other debate on it. It has to be in one of those 2 definitions to be a sandwich in terms of the food type of sandwich. And then it has a second definition overall, which is something resembling a sandwich, such as the roller coaster sandwich or remote control sandwich. But that sort of sandwich is different from a hot dog or a burger or something, which is the first definition of a sandwich, or a pizza, which is still the first definition of a sandwich, but it's 1B as opposed to 1A. And you can like the sandwich in the term of 1B, like a pizza is a sandwich, but it's not the same kind of sandwich as a 1A. If you say open-faced sandwich, that gives context that it's the B definition of sandwich, always, because it is always 1 slice of bread with stuff on top of it. That's an open-faced sandwich. So the word open-faced gives context to that sandwich. Does that make sense? I can't explain it any more than that. I don't think this argument's going to go any further, though.
So regardless, if that's the case, Zinker, then I don't know how you're still arguing that a Pop-Tart does not fit the definition of shaped dough.
Well, I didn't get to argue it. I didn't actually disagree with that. I was trying to figure out whether it's the right
I don't know how you're just still I don't know how you
I didn't get a chance to.
Yet. If this is
I'm trying.
I don't know how you haven't come to the conclusion based off of everything we've found.
Well, I'm trying to say that it very well might be the case. I didn't get to actually make an argument. I was trying to figure out what definition of shape by context clues is it going into, where that might not be the case, or maybe it is the case. Maybe you can say a Pop-Tarts ravioli, but then you went on this whole sort of tangent. Shaped dough. Wait, hold on. Let me go. Fuck.
Because I'm pointing out flaws in your reasoning on
you're not.
On how you're
I'm not disagreeing
you're
with
twisting
it.
things.
I'm not twisting anything. This is how you read a dictionary.
Or selectively choosing what definitions to follow that ultimately
yes, that's
are
context
your benefit.
clues. That's basic English.
You're not being objective.
I am being objective. If there's a Derek, it's the bat thing. If there's a definition of a shape they're trying to use, it's not like, oh, they use the word shaped. It can mean any shape they want. That's not how that's not how it works. Well, I'm not saying that a Pop-Tart isn't a ravioli confirmed, but it's not. When they use the word shaped in their definition, they're not saying, oh, it just has to be any one of these 5 definitions of shape. There's a specific one they're using to define that word there.
Yes, and we found one that matches what they're doing, what they do.
Right, and that might be it. I was trying to read through all of them, and then you started to go for this thing, which is I think the ones that it could be, and I think they both fit. Well, they both fit. I'm not sure which one they were trying to go for, but I think it doesn't matter in the end. You got 3, which is to adapt in shape so as to fit neatly and closely. And 5A, which is to make fit for a particular use purpose. And maybe under that definition, the 5A one, if that's the one they were gunning for in the ravioli definition, which I'm trying to get to. I now have 2 tabs up on Merriam-Webster here. We've lost our entire audience at this point, but it's important. Which is pasta in the form of little cases of dough. No, where was the one that had shaped dough? Where are we getting shaped dough from? I forgot. This pasta?
Maybe that was for ravioli.
No, I'm on ravioli.
Or was it pasta?
It's little cases of dough containing a savory filling, as of meat or cheese. Actually, a Pop-Tart wouldn't be ravioli. No, it could be any filling. The as of is just an example, right? I think so. Maybe it's pasta. We're getting the shaped dough. All right, hold on. Pasta. Okay, pasta is a processed form or in the form of fresh dough, such as ravioli. Where are we getting shaped dough from? Is it bread? No, it's dough itself.
Oh, it was bread.
No, it's bread?
Maybe it was bread.
Yeah, it must be bread.
No, it wasn't bread.
It's not bread. Where do we get
dough.
shaped dough? I saw the word shaped dough. Is it dough?
I definitely
Wait,
feel
so
like I saw shape
so
somewhere.
dough is shaped dough? No, it's not dough! Where are we getting this word shaped from? Hold on! Where did it come from? It's gone! It's not in any of the books! Where is it? Alright, let me look here. Rolled. No, it's not rolled. That was the... Paste? Paste. It's paste. It's paste. Okay.
Paste.
Paste. Okay. So we're trying to figure out what definition of paste is. And we're trying... Well, we figured out that. That's 1D, because it specifically lists spaghetti or ravioli. Trying to figure out if it's shaped dough. If a Pop-Tart is shaped dough in the way they're trying to use shaped, which, again... So let me see here. Let me see. Because I'm actually at a loss here. Because are there other definitions that fit more?
I've definitely brought this argument up before,
oh,
and
wait.
I feel like it was glanced over. Well,
no, I figured it out. All right, it's not 3, it's not 5A. It's an intransitive verb. God. All right, there's 2 definitions.
Intransitive?
Yeah, that. To come to pass, which is not it, or the second one, to take on or approach a mature or definite form, often used with up. The summer is shaping up to be whatever. It's got to be that one. I think so. I'm pretty certain. I still think. Hold on, I'm not done. Hold on. Let's see here. So it's to take on or approach a shaped dough. Yes, prepared from semolina, farina, or wheat flour. So now is a Pop-Tart shaped?
I think Pop-Tart fits the first definition of paste, anyways. So.
What's that? What's the first one?
A dough that contains
yeah, but no, that doesn't matter because it matters.
Fat.
It doesn't matter what Pop-Tart fits there. It matters what it fits in the pasta definition. Because the pasta is referring to paste and it's referring to 1D. Yeah. So we need to figure out if Pop-Tart refers. I think you might have just countered that No. Yeah, no, I think you might have just countered that because a Pop-Tart...
Well, we know a shaped dough is a paste because in the definition of a shaped dough, it's such as a spaghetti or ravioli.
Right. No, we know if it's the pasta
and we know that
one.
Pop-Tarts are prepared from wheat because I looked up the ingredients.
Right, but a paste for Pop-Tart would fit better under 1A, which this one's actually okay. Yeah, a dough that contains a considerable portion is used for pastry, crust, or fancy rolls. Would that cancel out? I think maybe no.
Why would it cancel out? It still fits both definitions.
It does fit both definitions, but if you said I made a paste to make a Pop-Tart, would you not be referring to 1A? This one I'm not saying is
either. It depends.
Or is it?
I could be referring to both. I could be referring to both, and then which is why you would need a more specific definition.
Right. I'm not saying the way I am. Is it like I think it might still be classifiable as a ravioli if it fits under 1D, which I think it does based on what we're going for shaped. I would still, because it is technically still a form, but I think if you were saying I made a paste to make a Pop-Tart, I think it, I don't know if it overrides.
You're starting with a paste.
Now I need to know how to read a dictionary. I was making fun of you earlier, but now I want to know
and
if
you were
it
yelling
fits.
at me before.
Does
yeah.
You were yelling at me before. If it makes more sense for it to be under, like, if I'm saying I made a paste for a Pop-Tart to be 1A, does that mean it can't be 1D? Because it would. I don't have the answer to that question. That's where my predicament lies.
Audience, I just want to tell you, this is why sandwich is a broad definition and not so specific like this, because people don't have the time of day to go, wait, is this a sandwich? People just say, it's a sandwich. That's a sandwich. That's taco.
I'm going to have to do literally deep scientific research into this. This is why. I need to figure out if a Pop-Tart is a motherfucking ravioli or not. Alright, this is going to haunt me now. I have to figure out.
The whole reason I brought this up is because this is just ridiculous.
Derek,
this is why
you're ridiculous. This is an important question.
Makes the most sense to define sandwich.
I don't think it matters anyways, because I think with how sandwich is defined now, I think it's very much trying to commonly infer. I even have to say, I think the definition of sandwich has changed from when we last looked at it. I think it's even more clearer now.
I think it is a little. I think it is different, and it's definitely different from when that court case would have been.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
That was being referenced.
Absolutely different. That was the third iteration. This is whatever. Okay,
regardless,
I'm gonna get in Webster. You know what? Wait.
It's the overall authority.
We're being dumb. We're being dumb. There's more than one dictionary. So if we can't get this absolute answer from the Merriam-Webster alone, let's refer to another dictionary, another source, to find out if a Pop-Tart is a ravioli. That's what we have to do. What is it? The Oxford definition? And then we combine the two. So, like, we have it reasonable that under one of two definitions of paste, we can get that a Pop-Tart is a ravioli. This is the debate to end all debates. People listening, people watching this are just like, the game stopped. No one's watching this at this point, but okay. Anyhow, this is important. What is this? The Oxford. Why do I have to sign in? Can I just look for words? No. What the hell? Hey, Oxford is defined? I think Merriam-Webster defined Oxford, and they did it to insult them or dab on them, because the first definition is a low shoelace or tied over the instep. I guess that's not too insulting. I fucking got it. Merriam-Webster's like, that's a smart person insult. Okay. I want the Oxford Dictionary. Is that not available online? Oxford Dictionary, pasta. Let's do pasta. Is this it? Is this the Oxford Language Dictionary? I don't think this is.
Will Zinker spend money to determine whether or not a Pop-Tart is a ravioli?
Absolutely, yeah, I will. Italian food made from flour, water, and sometimes egg. Formed into different shapes and usually served with a sauce. It is hard when dry and soft when cooked. Wait. Okay, that actually does change it, because that wouldn't fit Pop-Tart, would it? A Pop-Tart is not hard when dry, is it? Or is it? I don't know if this is the Oxford.
It is hard. Well, it's hard when it's dry, yeah.
But it's not soft when it's cooked.
When it's a dough, it's soft. It is soft when it's wet, and it's hard when it's dry.
No, soft when it's cooked, Derek.
Oh.
which it would not be soft crust. I mean, it gets a little softer, but I don't know if it means that. I think
the dough was probably softer before it was cooked.
Before it was cooked, yeah. So, so under that one,
at this point, I feel I've already improved my point of this is utter ridiculousness, which is why a common definition is the more important one than a dictionary definition.
I disagree. This is the most important debate of our time, Derek, and I don't think this is ridiculous at all. All right, I'm getting pasta.
We've been yelling about sandwiches for over an hour. We've been doing it for like an hour and a half.
It's very important, Derek. We also legitimately argued for 40 minutes. No, hold on. We argued for like 40 minutes about whether a wall going around the entirety of the Earth, which we used to say, which we said would solve global warming. The argument formed from that was, is that actually just a roof or is it a wall? And you were the one who brought this up, Mr. Fucking. This is utter ridiculous to bring up, so I don't want to fucking hear it. All right? You're just as bad as me.
It's utter ridiculousness to go or to have such a loose definition of sandwich, because then you have all these problems of trying to figure out what constitutes a sandwich.
Any of various flour and egg food preparations. As
well as it serves no purpose. The other argument that I know I brought up before is if I go to a restaurant and I'm like and I ask to see their sandwich menu and it doesn't have pizza, and I say and I look and I say, oh, you don't have pizza, and they're like, oh no, it's over here in the pizza section, and then I say, well, why isn't it under sandwiches? It's because they're separate entities and should be classified, and they should be classified.
They're not separate entities. Pizza is just a more specific definition of a sandwich.
Right? No, it's not right actually. But I'm saying
it is right.
As in, like,
same thing with chicken. Saying. You have a chicken aisle, but chicken is meat. Why? But you wouldn't use that to argue that chicken isn't meat. Chicken is meat. It's just its own different kind of meat, which is why it has its own section. Yeah.
Then why? Yes, but if that's the case, then why? What's even the point of having a sandwich section?
What's even the point of having a meat section?
The point is to narrow your search down further.
For meat, yeah, but. That's the point of a chicken aisle, Derek. What's the point of a meat aisle? Because there are also just meat sections in grocery stores.
Well, there's no point in a grocery store. There's no point, or most grocery stores don't have enough specific types of chicken to justify having.
Let me put it in this perspective, Derek. My grocery store has a meat aisle. Well, not a meat aisle. It's more like a nook. But they have a meat section and a chicken section. And you can find chicken in the meat section, too, which is a little confusing. But there is a specific chicken section in my grocery store. What is the point in that?
It makes sense for them to split it up. It makes sense the organization.
Right. The organization. And it comes down to that. There are meats that aren't specific enough where you give them their own aisle like you would chicken. But it is still worth having a chicken distinction. And that's kind of where the sandwich thing would fall. Tacos and burritos, they are specific enough of a sandwich where you'd go like, oh, this is where you go for tacos or burritos. Meanwhile, that you might just want a sandwich, a broad sandwich. So you go to a sandwich aisle to find a broad sandwich, which is your most common type of sandwich, like turkey sandwich or stuff that you wouldn't specifically break down for, you know. Although to be fair, in my grocery store as well, there is the aisles that we have. Like you wouldn't find a taco in a sandwich aisle or its own taco aisle. You'd find it in appetizers. So. Which, by the way, what's the point of an appetizer aisle? That argument you're using, it doesn't do what you think it does. That would be my ultimate
I think it does.
say there. No, it doesn't. You're not arguing against the point I brought up. What's the point of the meat and chicken distinction? And then why is it suddenly not okay for sandwich?
I'll be honest. I already had like a long day at work. Someone called off. I was the only person there. I'm tired of this argument. Matt Pat's on my side.
He's not on your side. He, like I said at the end of his video, he said definitions change, and they already have changed. And he had two distinct.
But he was on my side. He was on my side at the end of it. That was an anti-aging thing.
Derek, no, because the current definition of Merriam-Webster definitely says a hot dog's a fucking sandwich. And if you don't like it, we will fucking murder your family. It could not be more clear. What I was going to say, though, is at the end of the last episode, I said Derek has this effect where if he plays a multiplayer game or has an argument live on camera, he does a horrible job. He's good at arguing when he's not on camera. That was my exact argument. Yeah. I think that's absolutely really fair. Because whenever you argue,
I don't even try to do anything different. It just happens.
Whenever you argue on camera, I feel like it's always just like, because we've had you've stifled me in a lot of arguments off camera, like on Facebook Messenger, or I do the thing where I'm an ass and I just switch ha, you were actually arguing for my side the whole time. But I feel like every time we have an argument...
that's never really the case.
What? No, well, I know, Derek. I just said it's the asshole thing. But, on my part. I feel... What was it? What was the one that you got me? You got me one with the wall. The roof wall thing?
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, well, you got me in one of the definitions. I think that is, the only one that I can think of where, I feel like the argument went in your favor on camera. I feel like it. I don't know. Either or. Derek, you've given me a lot to think about on whether ravioli is a Pop-Tart, and someday we will. I will come back having done a lot of research into that. Fuck, can I actually
My answer
call
is still
Merriam-Webster?
No. My answer is still no because it's just ridiculous. Even if it falls under the dictionary definition, I think we can all agree. Pop-Tart's not fucking ravioli. If I go to a restaurant and order ravioli and they throw a fucking Pop-Tart on my plate, I'm not be happy about it.
Derek, I would be happy. That is the best thing you can do. Oh my god! Could you imagine going to someone comes to your restaurant, orders ravioli, you toss a Pop-Tart? Their entire table will be up in arms and what could possibly be the greatest debate of their lives. This is the new question, guys. I will come back. I will have an answer. I will call Merriam-Webster. I need them to explain. I need them. I need
Merriam himself.
I'm going to talk to Webster himself. He's gonna give me the answer. All right. Can I do that? Can I get in contact with these people? This is a serious predicament. I really need them to define.
There's a contact us at the bottom of the page.
By the way, most of the other definitions of pasta that I found, and this is typically why I use Merriam-Webster, they are even more loose than the Merriam-Webster one. The Oxford one, if it was Oxford, which I don't know if it was, I think was the only one that didn't. That suggested it, but the rest, you could reasonably say a pasta or something.
Oh, okay. For a moment, I was like, hold up. At the bottom, they also have a shop link, and I saw that, and I was like, what the fuck are they selling? They're selling dictionaries. My thought. Now, I expected that. I expected that. My other, I expected dictionaries. I was more concerned of are they selling other stuff? Are they selling shirts and merch and stuff? Because my thought was, who the fuck is buying a Merriam-Webster shirt?
I fucking will. I want to make a shirt that says a pasta's a ravioli. Change my mind. Let's make a shirt.
I did not invent that, by the way. That is a that was an existing stupid internet argument.
Oh, the Pop-Tart ravioli thing?
Yeah, that was an existing.
Derek, you draw some art of a Pop-Tart and a ravioli, and we'll make the shirt. We'll sell it. I don't know if anyone will buy it.
Just put a picture of ravioli on the left side, a picture of a Pop-Tart on the right side, and an equal sign in between.
You could do that. No, or just is a Pop-Tart a ravioli? I think that would work. I would buy that shirt. Mm-hmm. I'm upset Merriam-Webster isn't selling shirts. How do I get... Oh, can I get in contact us? Can I... Oh, I can email them.
Send them an email.
Question, comment about a definition. Yes. All right. Okay. Your question or comment. Oh, I gotta type this out though. All right. I'm gonna contact Merriam-Webster. I'm gonna do it. I want a response for them. I'm very curious about this. I need to know whether a Pop-Tart is a ravioli or not. Okay. But next time on Speletons, we gotta actually record content, and it's already 4:30. I don't know what this was, but it certainly wasn't that. Next time on Speletons. Bye-bye.